Question 15. The curve C1 shown in figure 3 has equation y equals 4x squared minus 6x plus 4. The point P, a half 2, lies on C1. The curve C2, also shown in figure 3, has equation y equals a half x plus log 2x. The normal to C1 at the point P meets C2 at the point Q. Find the exact coordinates of Q. Well, what we need to do here is find the equation of the normal and then solve that simultaneously with the equation of curve C2 to see where they meet. We begin by finding dy by dx. dy by dx, differential of 4x squared is 8x, differential of minus 6x is minus 6, and the constant disappears when we differentiate. Now, when x equals a half at this point P, dy by dx is equal to 8 times a half minus 6, which is 4 minus 6, which is minus 2. So the gradient of the curve and the gradient therefore of the tangent to the curve is minus 2. So the normal gradient will be plus a half, because the gradients of the normal and tangent must multiply to minus 1. So now we have a point on this line, point P, a half 2, and we've got its gradient plus a half, so we can use y minus y1 equals mx minus x1 to give us the equation of the normal. So that will be y minus 2 is equal to a half of x minus a half. So y minus 2 is equal to a half x minus a quarter. Taking the 2 to the other side, we get y equals a half x minus a quarter plus 2 is plus 7 over 4. So our two equations to solve simultaneously are y equals a half x plus 7 over 4 and y equals a half x plus the log of 2x. Now we can substitute for y here and just equate the two right hand sides, and we get a half x plus 7 over 4 is equal to a half x plus the log, natural log, of 2x. We can subtract a half x from each side and we get 7 over 4 is equal to the natural log of 2x, which means that 2x is equal to e to the power 7 over 4. So x is a half e to the 7 over 4. And we can't reach for our calculators here because we're asked to find the exact coordinates of Q. So having found the exact x coordinate, we'll now find the exact y coordinate. So x is equal to a half e to the 7 over 4, and we know that y is equal to a half x plus 7 over 4. So y is equal to a half of a half e to the 7 over 4 plus 7 over 4, which means the coordinates of Q are a half e to the 7 over 4 and a quarter e to the 7 over 4 plus 7 over 4. And that completes the question.